Right.
checkity check.
Mic check.
자, 시작하겠습니다. We'll start. Let's start off with
Cheers.
oh,
Nah,
Start
but
with a
welcome
cheers.
to the pod, bro.
welcome to
Appreciate
work
you guys
hours.
having me.
Welcome to the pod.
Cheers.
Hey.
짠.
Oh, that is fruity.
How's yours?
It's good.
Well, I think yours was the what was it?
It's like the
오미자?
fruit. The fruit. It was the first one.
Oh, 오미자 sour. 오미자 is
Yeah.
not like a flavor in the US though.
Yeah,
right?
I've never. This definitely never had something like that.
Do you know what omija is? No. Omija is. How do you explain omija?
Isn't omiza something like 5 flavors?
No.
No?
Omija is.
No, but it's a
the
fruit. But
Traditional tea, right?
So, Ted, welcome to Work Hours. It's
Thank
super
you.
nice
Bye.
having you
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Maybe you can give like a short self-introduction to the chem.
Yeah, my name's Ted Park. I make music. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm Korean American, and I'm happy to be here.
Woohoo, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You guys go way back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually we do. We have a bit of a history. So Ted's actually like a family friend, like
Mhm.
dad's friend's son.
Right.
Yeah.
So dad was homies.
Yeah.
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 I actually don't know how they met.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dad, can you tell the?
It's amazing. Really, I finally got to meet you.
Yeah, I
right
know.
here, Tammy.
Yeah.
And the very first time I met Tammy's dad, we happened to live in the same apartment in Madison, Wisconsin. One day I was returning from home. I was walking across the parking lot, and I saw an Asian guy trying to fix his car underneath his car.
Oh my god, I know this car. Yep.
And I asked him like, "Are you fixing?" And he said, "Yeah." And I asked him, "Are you Korean by chance?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Yeah, why you're going on a long trip or something?" And he said, "Yeah." And where are you going? He said, "Their family were planning to go to Washington D.C. and long travel to the East Coast, and it's going to be a round trip." And I said, "I think you were a tiny baby, really, about that time."
In the car.
No, your apartment, but I think in celebration of Tammy's birthday, I think a birth. Yeah, I think the family was trying to make a tour around the country, especially the East Coast. And I offered him, "Why don't you, instead of fixing it, why don't you use my car? Brand new."
Oh.
Yeah, I drove less than 2,000 miles.
Wow.
And he said,
Oh,
"What are you
that's so
talking about?
sweet.
Really? Yeah, you can use my car."
Oh,
And he
wow.
said it's going to be a long travel. For how long?
Oh.
Probably about 2 weeks. Yeah, use my car.
That's
And
crazy.
I had him, drive my car
Damn.
with your family trip, and he came back after about 2 weeks, and we made friends.
Oh.
Without the car, came
Yeah, I just wanted him and the whole family to make a nice trip,
Yeah.
in the new car, and students
that's so
can
sweet.
really afford brand new cars,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
that's how we, got to know each other, living in the same apartment building, and the story of the car.
That's such a fun story. I have never heard the
Yeah.
story before. That's very
Maybe
nice.
it was our destiny to get together.
I
that
mean,
way.
I know he had a very like a very sketchy car. Like like I heard that, the bottom was, like there was like a hole in the bottom of the car.
yeah?
And so like I just heard stories of that
Yeah.
specific car, but it's very nice that I'm very relieved that he
Yeah. And
Had
one thing I
offered.
learned from him, engineering students are different.
Oh.
They have to fix whatever problem
That is
they
so
have
true. That is
with
so
anything of any sort whether it is your microwave or TV, monitor, computer,
Yeah.
something wrong.
He fixes
Need a
it.
fix.
Guys in humanities and social studies like me, they just think about
Yeah.
they buy a new one.
Oh.
And I found out just throwing out those, malfunctioning household appliance
Yeah.
would hurt their ego, their dignity. They wouldn't let it happen.
But you know, my dad still does that. He's still
Yeah.
he's still tinkering with, like, for example, my
Yeah.
aunt says, "Oh, this microwave is broken," for example, and he fixes it and
Yeah.
then uses it and then gives it back, and it's just like a thing he always does
And
still to this
they
day.
enjoy doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
Wow, we are two totally different breeds.
That's a fun story. Oh my
Yeah.
god! But one thing I was actually curious. So Ted and I have very similar birth. When are you born, Ted?
December 4th, 94.
I'm December 3rd, 93.
Yeah.
So I remember that was like a fun fact that was engraved in my head was that we have very similar. Nothing. So we have very similar birthdays. Maybe we can get a tissue.
저희
It's
혹시
alright.
티슈
티슈
받을 수
하나.
있을까요?
Too shocked. Too shocked. He spilled.
Okay. I'll be out of the picture now.
No, no,
Thanks.
no. I think there was something.
Yeah, but actually, like, it's funny how, you hit me up. Like, when I posted that story, I was in Korea. That's how everyone actually found out I was here. Because this was a very last minute trip, and appreciate you. I really wasn't planning on, like, seeing anyone except for one engagement I had. And my dad had me perform at his alum at Seoul National for the first time. And we got the grace to stage together, which was really special to me. And then, like, we've been through a lot, so we had the opportunity to share a moment together. And like, right after I posted that story, some club hit me up to perform. It was crazy, but yeah, like I'm here also because my dad is, he's been working so hard for so many years, chasing his dream, which inspires me to chase mine. And he's always been in my corner, and he finally is launching a new venture that I think is really exciting and is going to do amazing things. So I'm just here to kind of help out and plan some content and promote that too,
Could you tell us a little bit more about the venture?
What Teddy's doing?
No, what you're doing, what you're doing.
Okay. I've been a scholar of the English language, and I also had my degrees, a PhD in U.S. history and some other, disciplines too, American political science and other things. So I've been a scholar basically
천재.
all my life, and I'm writing books, and I have, a few books written in Korean, teaching English as well, and I've been always focused on those academic, questions and issues. And that has been my dedicated pursuit in my whole life. Probably Teddy, most of his memories of me, probably I guess me sitting at the desk, working,
Yeah,
writing,
grinding.
and teaching people and things like that. And even though he followed a different pursuit, I think Teddy has learned pretty much the same kind of things, dedicated devotion to your work. You got to do what you like, then you can excel. And our dream is not to make a lot of money or to be really super famous, but true to your own self, through your own dreams, and find the happiness in those little things. And most of all, find happiness in people you meet.
Yeah. What he told me is that, like, you can, like, potentially, like, you can chase, like, notoriety and fame and these kind of things. And I think even, like, early on, like, for the first time, I was, like, very intrigued by these kind of things. But as I get older, I just realized, like, you have to, like, really enjoy the time you spend here. Like, you can chase a dream relentlessly and then not enjoy the climb with people around you that have been with you, that you really, that make life worth it, because no one wants to be at the top alone, So I think just enjoying the little time we have on this earth with the people that really care about you is, like, really like that's what you carry with you to when you die. Like when you die, like the money in your bank account, like how many people follow, or for me, like how many people stream my music, like that doesn't come with me. You know, I mean, I guess that's like a legacy kind of thing, but for me, it's like I mean, I don't know what happens the second you die. You know what I mean? But I feel like those memories that you had with people that were very like endearing to you, like that's what you're gonna leave with. You know. But yeah, no, but like, you know, one thing I really respect about my dad too is pivoting, and that's something as an artist and like that's something you have to do so much. It's like music, content, you have to keep learning new stuff, right? And my dad's doing a big pivot as well for himself, so like I'm just super proud of him, and yeah, like taking teaching, yeah, he's taking a risk, so you know, like I relate to that.
That's really
Can you
nice.
explain, Dad?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Where does you know, I'm sure you have so much experience and you've built so many, like you said, you're a professor, you've learned so much. Where does that young heart of taking risk and trying new things come from?
You know, when there is a huge challenge ahead of you, some people just come crumbling down. Some people face it and they just muster up all their resources to overcome that big hurdle. And it's fun. You know, when you climb the first hurdle, then you can meet the second challenge.
Yeah.
And it becomes a kind of a habit. So my suggestion, my advice for the next generation, the younger people is like you set a practical, doable kind of goal and keep moving on, moving up. And that's how you enjoy, you know, your pursuit. You see your dreams getting materialized,
Right.
and you keep building yourself on the past achievements and building on new dreams.
Wow. Was this always instilled on you as a child as well, or is this something that you learned over time?
You know, even though I may have had that kind of, you know, little ambition or guts in my little, you know, childhood, but you know, as I said, it grows on you. You have to do something little
Right.
for the next bigger challenge.
Right.
So instead of trying to pipe dream about something big, then you know, do something enjoyable. You find the joy and happiness in doing it, and then you'll be more satisfied with your current life. And of course, we've had a lot of difficulties, especially, you know, some people know Ted's mom's illness. She has been very ill for a lot of times, and you know, those challenges actually made us stronger, stick together. So I'm his father, but you know, we are like really close friends. We talk about a lot of little things, big things.
Right.
We are like buddies. We are walking shoulder to shoulder, you know. And I have a little sore throat.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, yeah.
And
need anything?
so like instead of when I'm faced with a lot of difficulties, instead of succumbing, yielding to those challenges, I found hope and strength in Ted. So he has been my driving force, the very meaning and purpose of my life, through all the thick and thin, you know, of life.
Honestly,
You
one
know.
thing that I love about your relationship is this particular element too. You guys are such good, like father to son relationship, and Ted has always been speaking very highly of you too. So it's very
Yeah.
endearing, I think, in many ways.
Feel it.
Yeah,
You
can
can
feel it.
really feel it. Wow.
And you know, like, you know, coming all the way here as well to, you know, support
Yeah.
Ted today, and then also, you know, just everything. Like, I
So
think
we
it's
keep
so
going.
nice.
And going. And going. You've heard this somewhere, right?
Yeah.
There's no when, it's just the progress. Yeah, wow.
That's so nice. But how, you know, like, you're based in Korea, and Ted
Yeah.
is based everywhere, U.S. mostly,
In the States, yeah.
in the States. You know, do you guys get to see each other often?
Not
or-
very often, but we keep in touch almost, you know, every other day. And, you know, last year I was in the States, and 2.5 years ago, Teddy was in Seoul. And at that time, it was a pretty extended travel to Korea. And You know, no matter how far away physically you are from the other person, the what really matters is your relationship, the bonding, the intimacy. People say out of the out of picture, out of mind, but there's no you know in life there are a lot of exceptions to the rule.
That's really nice. What's something about what does he take after you? Is there like a
After me,
닮은점?
yeah, and,
Do you see a part of you in Ted, and do you see a part of you in your father? Like,
probably devotion, dedication to your dreams. We never give up. We never falter.
Yeah.
We never. There are some moments of despair, of course, in everybody's life, but we we have unwavering, unflickering kind of dreams. Without the dreams, your life is done. Even though you might be physically alive, but that's not going to be really life, I guess.
I feel like the father is the rapper here. He's spitting the bars right
Yeah,
now.
no, he's
no, we
he's
just gotta drop the
spitting.
beat. Like,
He's spitting for sure.
Never give up.
Wait, do you know any of his songs?
Oh,
Honest opinions about your son's songs.
I'm gonna spoil any of his songs. My personal favorite is Zeus.
Oh yeah.
How does it go? How does it go?
Oh, I'm like Zeus.
Oh, number one supporter right here. Wow. No, but
Oh,
then
I'm like Zeus to you.
Wait, a little bit. 한 소절만.
Oh, I'm like Zeus to you.
have you ever heard your dad sing your song?
Nah.
That's great.
I mean, it's his ringtone, so
Oh.
yeah, I believe it.
Oh, that's so nice. Before you leave, I was gonna ask any fun fact about Ted.
And fun. Teddy is a very funny,
Yeah.
humorous, hilarious, of all sorts,
Any fun fact about your dad?
I feel like my dad can just go into any room and not say much, and his presence is just like it just commands attention, So sometimes I feel like if my dad was doing what I was doing, he would excel way further than me because I still to this day get a little uncomfortable going into a room with people I don't know and like trying to like mingle and like talk, But I just watch him do it every day, and it's amazing. And just to see him gain the respect of his peers is like very. It's like it's amazing, So I try to take after it and like have my little like but my little like just I don't know.
So the
Yeah.
most important thing in life is your human, interpersonal relationship. You have to be sincere, and you have to be loyal to the other person. If you don't want to be, you don't really have to meet the person for the first time in the first place.
Word.
And give
Yeah.
cards away from
And make sure you pay it forward. But yeah, no, but thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Thanks
For your
the
time
opportunity,
and
yes.
for
Yeah.
joining us here. Feel free to hang out and make comments on the sideline as well.
Then
No,
I'll
thank
see
you
you
so-
later in the
Yeah.
guitar lesson.
Sounds
He's gonna take his first time ever guitar lesson. in
Wow.
Korea. From my guitar master.
Oh,
I got you. Thank you so much.
thank you for joining.
Thanks a lot.
so much.
Thank you, Tammy.
Oh
See you
no,
later,
thank
okay?
you. Okay, thank you so
See
much.
you later.
Alright, Dad, I'll see you later.
Yep.
Aw.
That is so sick.
Honestly, this is probably gonna be the most wholesome episode we've ever
Right?
had.
Damn.
Honestly, that's you and your father. I mean, like we've seen, the reels and stuff of you, like
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
father, like hanging out,
Yeah, for sure.
and I think that's so nice, like the relationship you have.
I'm curious how this isn't something you see in a normal Asian household.
Nah, definitely
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
Definitely not.
Where does this come from? How did you manage? How do you guys have this? How did you? What card did you give your father?
Nah, it was always like this.
Yeah?
From the beginning.
Wow.
Like even like when I wanted to drop out of high school to like pursue music, like I I mean, I sprung it on him when he was in Korea. I was in Madison.
Yeah.
Like I just had a talk with like my guidance counselor. They were like, "What are your plans for the future?" You know, it's about to be senior year. You're not doing too good. I was like, "I'm gonna do music," and he laughed. So I was like, "I'm out." I left. I walked out that school. I called my dad. And then he booked a flight to Korea. Then the second we were on the phone, he pulled up, and like the next day, I was like, "Oh shit," like, you know. But then like I kind of just told him like what about like this is really what I wanted to do, and you know, even if it doesn't work out, like for me as an artist, like I'll just be a part of the music somehow.
Yeah.
And then he just told me it's a very tough life and a tough road. I mean, he wasn't lying, you know, but you know, he always had my back, and he told me like even though you know we don't have like the money or the connections or whatever, I'll support it as long as it's what you love to do. So, you know, he just always encouraged me to just keep going. Before things started working out, so like I'm super grateful for him for sure, and he's been through a lot of things as well. So just to see his determination, how he continues to bounce back again and again, like it's really inspiring for me, to be honest. Yeah,
That's really nice. You know, and then
yeah, for sure.
yeah, and then you're learning guitar with your dad.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so today. So yeah, this has been like my first trip to Korea. I mean, it's so short. It's like 8-9 days, but this is the first time that I really wasn't doing work. I always come here and I hustle. You know, that's usually how I move when I travel. But this time I was really just like spending time with my dad and my mom. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. But starting today is like the first time I'm gonna really start getting active again. So I'm like very inspired to like make some new shit. So
Do you play guitar?
hell no, bro.
First time.
Definitely my first time. Yeah, I've
that's
never.
Because I heard you about through Tammy. I'd
Mm-hmm.
love to know how you got into the music scene.
It was never my intention. Like I'm
Right.
telling you, like I grew up in Madison. You know, like I just wanted to fit in with all my peers or whoever I was hanging out with, or wanted to hang out with. And I tried to play sports. You know, I was alright. Like I actually wasn't bad. Like, I wasn't that good, but I tried really hard though. Like I was at the YMCA, like playing basketball like every day for like 6-7 hours a day. Like I was really about to like do something with it. You know. And then yeah, we surprise moved to Korea when I was in 8th grade, and then it like threw my whole life off. To be honest, I went to a really dark place, but I also started writing lyrics and I started rapping essentially. Like I downloaded Audacity, this free recording software, and then just started plugging away on my dad's laptop, just recording on this like webcam mic. It was really bad, but like I thought it was good at the time, you know. And then I just fell in love with it, and then I told myself when I went back for high school, like this is what I'm gonna do, and I stood on it, you know. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy for sure.
Wow.
I never thought it would get to this point, and then like yeah, it's cool.
I see. So you were in Korea for how long?
Like about 16 months.
Oh, okay.
Just acting crazy, just being stupid, you know. Just you know, like I like my midlife crisis, except for when I was like 13. So, yeah, just but you know, it was a really tough time, but that really kind of opened my eyes to what I wanted to do with my life. So like I'm grateful for it. I definitely would have never been doing what I'm doing now if I had just stayed in Madison during my childhood.
And then you ended up coming back to the U.S. You came back to Madison.
Yep.
And then you continued.
Yeah, essentially. Like I was like spamming. I would like put a freestyle out every week. I would like tag 100 people on Facebook. That was annoying. It was really annoying. Like just
gotta get it.
determined. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
you
get it how you
gotta
get it.
shot.
And then I got hit by like a Jeep while I was trying to cross the street
What?
to catch the bus to go to the girls' volleyball game.
Wait, you just threw that in.
Yeah,
Like, out
and
of
then,
nowhere.
well,
Like,
listen. I got
who
off
was in the volleyball
listen. I don't know. I just wanted this chill and support. We're with my friends. I forgot what the situation was,
Right.
but I got hit by a Jeep. Oh, I didn't break anything somehow. Like, thank God. I mean, I might be a little rattled in the head. Like, probably explain some of my decision making. Definitely not a super genius, but
Or maybe you turned to Spider-Man.
oh, I wish. But yeah, like the next day I got out and everyone on Facebook was talking about it, so I dropped a mixtape.
A mixtape about you getting.
Nah, just like a bunch of songs. I was like, I'm just gonna drop it right now. I got the attention. So yeah, I was like, I had that hustler mentality from like really early on,
Right.
for sure. you
Well,
know.
so you knew, like when you had.
Oh, extremely delusional, not that talented at the time.
No, but when you had
Yeah.
that attention,
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna run it
that's
up.
that's when you released it. Of
Wow.
Wow, that's
Crazy.
strategy. See, I should damn near be doing like some agency shit, like branding, marketing rollout. I should do that.
Wow. I mean, I think it's all about timing, and I think the way
Yeah.
you like getting hit by a jeep equals okay. Like now, I have, now I'm gonna release.
Getting hit by a
Mixtape.
jeep and surviving. You know.
right. That's the
because,
important part.
Because when you mentioned it, I thought it was like, oh, I had this moment. I had this like, okay, it's YOLO,
Moment
you know,
epiphany,
epiphany,
yeah.
where it's like,
Chase
okay,
my dream.
chase my dream, you know, never regret. But no, it was just like, okay, I got the attention.
Well, I mean, realistically too, like the first thing that happened when I woke up, there was like some tape around me. I saw my mom crying. I saw one of my friends trying to fight whoever hit me. And then when I got out of the hospital, I was like, you know what? Like I'm still here. I'm not supposed to be here. I should like I should make something of myself, you know? And yeah, it was a crazy moment for sure, but like yeah,
It was a
I
mix
guess
of
the only thing on my mind at 13 years old, 14 is like I'm going to drop this tape and get mad views. So
Oh, that's
Wow.
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, crazy.
What was the song?
I was just rapping on like popular songs at the time, like trying to do like what Lil Wayne did in his prime, but like not even like a really like, bad version of that. You know, like it was pretty bad. But I mean, I was trying, and then my voice wasn't like developed. Like the quality wasn't that good. But you know, you got to start from somewhere. That's what I genuinely believe.
Damn, can you tell me about the process of finding your voice?
Just I probably recorded every day from like 14 to like 23.
Yeah.
Like every day. I was making music every day. I never stopped. No matter my life circumstances. So yeah, they say you got to put in 10,000 hours. Like
Yeah.
I put in like I don't know how many hours, but a lot, you know? So like and to be honest, like I never was really that good when I started. So I guess just I really wanted to and I was like really crazy, you know? Like I feel like to be successful in like something that is very unorthodox, you have to be slightly delusional.
Right.
And I was telling myself like, "Oh, I'm gonna make it." But if like one of my friends showed me like, "This is my little brother. He's Asian and this is his music. What do you think?" I'd be like, "Yo, this is bad," you know. So, but that's why you can never sleep on anyone. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen.
Do you ever go through all these like like slump moments? And
Yeah,
then
all the
How
time.
do you overcome those slump moments?
I mean, to be honest, like it's really easy. Like, see, my dad is very like level-headed and very composed through some of the craziest shit, and that's something I'm not. I crash out instantly. So I think like there was a while where you know I went from not having any notoriety to not even expecting it to like starting to climb, and I was like, oh wow, I got really lost in that. Like that was like dictating my happiness, and like I was working extremely hard for sure on some like Korean shit, you know, just grinding, just relentlessly working. But I don't know if it was for the right reason per se. And then, yeah, I feel like when you are just endlessly chasing a dream and you're chasing it for the dream aspect, like things that are not realistic, it will drive you a little crazy. And then, yeah, I was definitely just very lost in the sauce, you know. And then, but then I had like a little bit of a realization, I guess, the past year or so, where I'm like, you know what, like. I want to start taking better care of myself, whether it's drinking or substance or just how I spend my time or what I eat. Any energy or anything I consume in my body or mind is like, let me like clean it up. And then I actually realized like, you know, I'm very blessed. We're all blessed. Like we always want more. That's human nature. But then that can be greed. And then we have to be like thankful for where we are. So for the first time, I think in my whole like life, I'm actually like, appreciating what I've done and then not being too hard on myself and then also just being a little bit like of an adult and realistic like hey like sometimes like this what you want may not it's possible it's not going to happen for you so then just like trying to like have fun and like fall in love with the craft because like that's why we start pursuing whatever we pursue is because we actually like to do it you know so it's the first time I'm actually like kind of having fun with it and then not just being so obsessed with it's easy to get caught up in analytics once you start achieving some shit you know what I mean so yeah just trying to enjoy the process again.
That's nice. That's real nice.
Yeah, I mean, it really sounds like you're in some ways, like you've gone through a lot, but you're in a different place now in terms of, you know, your
I mean
mentality.
just growing up
yeah,
you know like
turning 30.
yeah I mean literally 30 man I mean that was like a
Yeah.
really big like it was like my birthday I'm like oh shit like it's crazy you know but
Yeah.
I also have a lot of friends that didn't make it to 30 so I'm very grateful and blessed to be here you know but Yeah, it's crazy. Like when I first started getting my name out, I was like 20, 23, 24. I was like, damn, like it's so crazy how much time flies, and
Yeah.
all those memories feel like yesterday. And yeah, it's like it's so crazy, but then you realize life is short and time flies so fast. And even like being in Korea with my parents, I'm like, damn, like they're getting older. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy, you know.
Oh. How do you try? How do you try to keep being in the present? Is there like, do you have like some kind of, whether it's any actions that you do, or you try to just be conscious about it?
Yeah, just try to make the most of every day.
Yeah.
Try to enjoy the day,
Uh-huh.
not just be like. It's so easy to just like start scrolling on social media endlessly and
Right.
just texting people
Right,
and then
right,
like
right.
looking at your data,
Uh-huh.
like your streams or your following, whatever. And now is the first time I've really just put my phone on DND, put it to the side, try to like enjoy my day,
Yeah.
enjoy the little things, you know. And also just like, you know, I used to love smoking and all that kind of stuff and like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And I realized like it was just because I mean, it feels great, and I don't knock it at all. Like, I mean, nothing wrong with having some fun. I feel like everyone goes through that. That's to some extent, whatever they choose to do, you know. But I think for me, just it was because I didn't want to be in the present,
Right.
and now I can like think a little more clearly. And whenever I have like difficult moments, I can just face them head on. And yeah, I mean, life's hard for everyone, and to some extent, you know, and it's harder for some people than others.
Yeah.
And you just gotta like be grateful for your low moments too, because if there were no lows, then like there's no highs either. You know, life is not linear where it's like just a constant like climb up.
Yeah.
You got to be humbled too. So yeah, just trying to like enjoy every day and like you can enjoy nature and like find hobbies that aren't just like sitting in a studio and making music all day, you know? And just trying to like adapt too, like even like content creating. I thought that was like the the worst shit ever when that was like the thing. And then like you meet content creators that do it full time. Like, wow, these people are hella cool, you know? And then you realize like you just gotta have fun and like you don't gotta be so serious. Like you don't have to be like this like mysterious, like perfect artist, like whatever, man. Like we're all people.
Yeah.
So just trying to love life, you know?
Wait, cheers to that.
Yeah,
you
cheers
know,
to that.
honestly. Oh, oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh.
You mentioned off the pod that it's been 3 years since you came back.
Yeah, 2022.
What's something that you discovered about Korea that you enjoy this time?
It's really
around?
beautiful just going outside.
Yeah.
There's so much like pretty like colors, flowers, plants.
Uh-huh.
It's very clean.
Uh-huh.
My friend got yelled at for littering last time we were here by some like halmani, and I was like, "Oh, that's your first op in Korea." She was mad, but like yeah, you can just walk around Seoul and be like, "Wow, it's so beautiful."
Yeah.
Really?
And-
yeah.
You know, like it's crazy how like when you're around non-Asian people and you're not like shitting on being Korean, but I'm the cool Asian in my school, you know. I want to be, you know. And now like I be outside at random places like, oh, you Korean, my brother, you know, like or just Asian in general, because you know we all stick together. But I just it's just like so ironic how when I was 13, 14 here, I thought this was hell. I'm telling you, I thought this was hell. I was like smoking cigarettes outside my school. I was playing basketball by myself, like listening to like aggressive rap music. Like I was listening to a lot of like The Game, like 50, like when they were still cool, like Hate It or Love It. I'm like rapping, I'm like trying to dribble between my legs, you know? And I just I really thought I was in hell in Korea. Now I come here and it's like refreshing, rejuvenating.
Yeah.
Minus the jet lag. That shit is not refreshing or rejuvenating. Feels terrible. But nah, yeah, it's cool. And then to be honest too, like just very inspiring. Like I said, like when I came here, I had no plans to make music, do anything. I kind of swerved a lot of opportunities, but like tonight, I'm definitely gonna try a little something out, you know. So it's cool, but like you gotta like kind of learn how to love and respect your culture, even though it's as a Gilpo, it's like a little awkward for me sometimes. Even like not speaking Korean well, it's very awkward for me. And I realized I resisted to learn it for so long. I used to, in my mind, be like, oh, it's because I'm working so hard on being a successful artist in America, when the reality is I'm very self-conscious about it and my Korean heritage. But then I come to Korea, do a club show that is announced like 2-3 days ahead, and then so many Korean people showed up to support me. So then it's like, you know, like I just realized like you gotta just because you're misunderstood, where you don't feel accepted, at the end of the day, like that may not be true. You know, like there's definitely people from your culture that are gonna fuck with you and like have love for you. So. Yeah, I'm honestly having a great time. I really needed this with even with such a busy schedule, you know.
Word. So what's your connection? What's your connection to Korea now? Do you feel like?
I just feel like my family, and then I feel like I kind of have it on my back as one of the only like Korean Americans that is like making moves in America. I feel like all these people in the industry and fans, they look at me as Korean too. So I'm like, shit, I gotta represent, you know.
That's a really good.
Even if it's taking the home, yo, I heard about this Korean barbecue. I'm like, I got you. I won't steer you wrong. I'm not gonna take you to the jank. Like, we're gonna do it right. You know what I mean?
the real thing,
We're gonna do the real
yeah.
deal. So, yeah,
That-
just little stuff like that. You know?
What's the most Korean thing about you, in your eyes?
Man,
What's that mic drop?
I want to say like, I can't even say that I look super Korean because like I'm really tan. You know?
Dude, I feel you
Wait,
on that
no,
part,
but he's
bro.
also tan.
Yeah, you know why? It's because we outside. But I think the most Korean thing about me is that.
To 10
Oh,
Koreans.
cheers! Yes.
Cheers.
DSK, dirty South Koreans, dark South Koreans, man.
Wait, maybe that should be a new.
DSK, is
DSK.
gonna be my next
Yeah,
chain.
your next track.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, I'm not kidding. But no, I think I think for me is my parents, my whole family is from and lives in Korea. I think even though I didn't spend a lot of time here, which I regret, I think Korea helped made me who I am today from coming here at a young age and finding my love and my passion that I'm literally doing a million years later.
Yeah.
And I love Korean food. I'll eat that every day.
Yeah. Dude, that's where I swear I tell my friends, like, that's how I know I'm fully Korean. Is when I have Korean food. I'm like,
Yeah, you're the most satisfied.
it's like the whole ancestor within my body is calling, like, ooh, yes.
Yeah, for sure. It's
You know-
like you can go to like a steakhouse or like have some Michelin like French cuisine or
Right,
Italian or
right.
something, and then you eat some like good like galbitang. You're
Yeah.
like, this is all I needed.
Yeah.
You know what they say? They say that the food you miss when you're feeling ill is your like soul food.
Yeah, because I mean, who else is sick and like, oh
Right.
man, I could really use some jjajangmyeon right now. You know? what I mean? Like,
Wait, you think that?
hell yeah, jjajangmyeon is such a
Like,
comfort food.
I
Man.
always look for miyokguk.
Oh, that's perfect
Yeah, seaweed soup.
for sure. Classic.
And that's also kind of like the moment I realize, oh, like, okay, some part of me is, I guess, Korean. You know?
No, for sure, for sure.
What about for you?
I don't know. Recently, I don't know what I crave when I'm ill, but recently when I came back home, I was like exhausted. I didn't really want to cook any dinner. One of my comfort food is rice, eggs, kimchi, and just mix that up.
Yeah, that's like that Chris Cho like broke
Bro,
boy recipe. That's all you need.
Because it's so simple to make. It's,
But with kimchi though?
yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Yeah, and you add a little sesame oil.
Yeah, but keranbap, like rice, egg,
Yeah.
sesame oil, and soy sauce.
Nah, but add the kimchi. Honestly, put a little
Really?
gochujang in there too. Then you got like a
man.
kimchi fried rice. It's
Look at that.
crazy.
But that's
You
just
know.
bibimbap then, no?
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
That's true.
Bibimbap without the veggies.
Without the veggies, right? Yeah.
That is true. But yeah, no, that's something I crave time to time.
No.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah.
should give it.
It's
I should
funny how
give it a
like
try.
you start like you start like eating and traveling and you feel a little bougie. I don't want to eat that, and then like it'll be late. You don't feel like cooking. You just whip that up quick. You're like, oh, it's good.
Wait, this actually, I think we talked about this before, but I think growing up in a very like white community, like in a
Yeah,
like
for
growing up
sure.
in Sweden, I was always very ashamed of Korean food.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like every time like I would have a picnic or something, I think I would kind of like tell my mom
really?
don't
No,
yeah,
for
we
sure.
definitely talked
And
about
it's
this.
crazy because you
Yeah.
know they say like, as like especially as a man, like your frontal lobe and your brain is like like fucked up until you're like 35 or something. I think back and I'm like, why the hell would I trade? Why would I not want my mom to make this like delicious like bulgogi gimbap, ground beef gimbap? Why would I want to eat like tater tots and like cheese sticks instead? Like that just doesn't make sense to me, you know? Like looking back, like am I really gonna pick chicken nuggets over this? Like I don't know, you know?
I think like
so
with
cool.
picnic though, I think I was a little lucky because I was with a lot of relatively international people, so
Oh, I
they were
see.
curious about my chumokbap and stuff like that. But I think I remember always lying about my breakfast. Like I would have like pop in
Yeah,
yogurt or pop
yeah,
in like
yeah.
rice and soup.
Yeah.
And then I would go to school and I would lie and say I had
Something like
like
that, yeah.
toast for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
also I was always self-conscious about how I would smell. So I was always like, do I?
Yeah,
do
but
I
it's no
reek?
lie that kimchi do smell.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. And I
Yeah.
guess like when you grow up in that household, you're used to it, and then like
Yeah.
your friends will come over,
Right.
And they'll be like, "Oh my god, like what is that?" You're like, "Oh,
smell?
I don't
Yeah.
know, G. I don't know."
Yeah.
all my
it took,
friends
It took
on
a
it.
while. It took
Yeah?
a while for me to like really,
Get used to it.
get
and
used to,
own up.
or just
yeah.
like own up to it because it was always
Yeah,
something I
for
was
sure.
self-conscious about.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about for you?
Maybe it was because it's in Indonesia. Like
Hmm.
everyone loved kimbap,
Wow.
and hell, there were some Korean kids that were like selling their kimbap, like
Hustling, let's
Yeah.
go.
Cartel, like
even
I
like
love that.
they there were a group of Koreans when takji was that
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to be a trend in our school.
Wow.
So these kids would
before
you know,
Squid Game.
they go to Korea, buy like the latest takji, and then bring it back to Indonesia, and they'd start selling it. It was like a black market, like
That's
all
so
these kids
funny.
like buying
Damn,
and selling
hustling.
and playing, and
That's
so
crazy.
there was like, in some ways, Indonesia is a little different, I guess, in that sense. Yeah.
Damn, Indonesia looks so fun though.
It
I've
is.
never
It's
been,
Quite amazing.
yeah.
Like I did a song with this rapper from Indonesia named Ramen Girl,
Okay.
and then crazy name, right? But she's like super dope. And then our song actually made it on NBA 2K 24 or 23, I forgot. But yeah, she's like killing it over there. And then I see all this like footage of like these like hip hop events in Indo, and like wow, it just looks so turned.
Yeah. No, I think Indonesia has a great scene.
Yeah,
And the place itself is beautiful, right?
yeah, for sure.
Got so many people supporting their own culture.
It's
Food's
amazing.
great. Everything. Yeah. I'd love to come back because I think when you're a kid, you don't realize the culture, or
Of course.
or where you are.
Yeah.
But it's only after you go to college or you grow up and then you become an adult. That's when you kind of realize like, damn, I was in a bubble. I didn't get to fully explore the.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I felt even like being like a early teens here. I was like, I never appreciated. Because I literally thought I was in hell. I'm telling you, man. Like I was like, oh, I hate this place. And then like I come back now, I'm like, oh, like it's so nice.
Right.
Even just like all the food here. In America, you're eating like cheese tteokbokki for like $30, and you go outside in Korea, it's like 4,001. It's
Yeah.
like, dang, that's so crazy to me.
Do you cook your own Korean food?
Yeah, like I learned how to like marinate like
Dang.
beef and stuff. So I started making bulgogi. Like, let it simmer overnight. you
Simmer?
know? Yeah, well, just not simmer, but just like
Marinate.
marinate. Yeah. I call it simmer because when it comes out the fridge, it's like glistening.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like I make stuff like that, and like I love making super cliche, but like just kimchi fried rice is super
Oh,
good.
that's
And I used to eat fried rice as a main. Like I would go to Chinese restaurants, even just get a family style fried rice for me.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that's the side, so I'll put it on the side of whatever else I got going.
Oh,
on.
is it the side?
I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's a great side.
Yeah?
It's kinda
because
like-
it's like
I would order it as a main.
I mean, but you know what I realized? It's like there's so much other stuff you can eat. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I've done it too, bro. 2 plates of fried rice and some soju. Like, are we good? I remember when I first started going to even Koreatown in New York. Like, I would go to like a restaurant and I would just eat like all the banchan. Like when I see odeng come out, I'm like, oh damn! I would eat like 6 plates of odeng. And then by the
comes out,
time,
odeng.
and then by the time the odeng.
Odeng.
And then by the time the food came out, like, oh shit, like I'm hella full.
But that's the thing about Korean food is there's so much banchan.
Yeah.
And I think growing up abroad, I was always confused about the concept of soup, rice, and banchan. Like I couldn't multitask.
No,
you know
it's
what I mean?
goated.
So I would like either eat the soup 1st or I would eat the soup last. And it was always something I had to like consciously learn to
Yeah.
eat everything together. But
Yeah,
I think
for
I always
sure.
thought it was weird. I think I still kind of
Yeah.
I couldn't break out of that habit. So I still kind of do
Man,
that.
the only thing I wish is like, you know how like the soup, usually in banchan, it's in like a little silver kind of bowl. It's like, man, I just wish it would just stay hot the whole time because it's such a good palate cleanser
Yeah.
to like
That's
pivot,
true.
especially when I'm ordering like 6 meats.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a pet peeve about Korean restaurants. You know when like they bring out all the banchan, there's like no space for the plates.
Oh, yeah,
But they're
for
like
sure.
shoving it,
True.
and they're like
Even at
trying to-
barbecue,
They're like
like-
and you have to
expecting
like
you to make
space.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like a big like health freak when it comes to food, but like yeah, Korean barbecue sometimes it'll be so crowded. They'll just start putting the raw samgyeopsal like real close to like where everything else
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like borderline touching my rice. I'm like, food poison. I was worth it. It's all good. You know what I mean? But
That's how you grow strong.
I mean, but that's cool though. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
at least like these everything coming out is like it's so much. You
Yeah.
know, it's like the
You know what's
quantity.
so funny
Yeah.
is that in Indonesia, right? When these Korean restaurants started to hit Indonesia, a lot of people were like blown away by how all the panchan is free. So
right.
all my friends and all these local Indonesians would go and they'll just order rice.
Yeah, dude.
'Cause-
I've
It's
seen
like a
homies
all-you-can-eat,
run up the banchan.
yeah. Right?
Like one rice, like 30 banchans, and be like, all right, we're going to split like a sundubu. I'm like, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
But on the flip side, in Indonesian culture, you go to a local Indonesian restaurant, they'll give you all the panchan, right? But you only pay for what you touch.
Oh.
So if you don't touch a certain panchan, you don't need to pay for it. So me thinking that whatever I'm eating, I'm paying for like what's on my table.
yeah.
I thought everything I'm paying for.
But does that mean the panchan that doesn't get touched get reused?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, like,
Hey.
it's
Yo,
Yeah, you know.
they freshly cook it every day and you know what
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean?
it's, I mean, shit. I feel like most restaurants, the food isn't really like that fresh anyway, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is a waste.
It is
But-
true. But
Yeah,
they cook it in a big batch and they give that's why you cannot touch the plate or anything.
Oh, but that's like so like. But what if someone just put? Oh, that's all good. They just don't say nothing, and then
Right,
that
right,
comes to
right,
your
right.
table. I don't
Right.
know.
Then yeah, you're a fucker. That's what you are.
Damn, no nunchi, man. That's messed
It's
up.
about that trust.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Korean food?
Yeah, jjajangmyeon for sure.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
I guess it's like half Chinese, but like
Yeah.
I've had jjajangmyeon.
Yeah.
And like it's cool.
It's
Like
different.
respectfully, it's good, but I think ours is better. It's not about who did it first; it's about who did it best. You know? I'm just kidding. I don't want no beef with China. No, hold on. No. I fuck with China. And then,
hate.
but then I also, man, I love like. To be honest, like I'm not really that into the marinated meats. Like I like it.
Yeah.
Like anytime I go to Korean barbecue, the first thing I get is like 6 servings of just chado. Just get the chado
that
baggy
is good.
first, and then if it's fatty, even better.
Yeah.
I love samgyeopsal too. Shit, I love ogyapsal. I love shit all the meat.
What's some of your like? How has Korea been the past couple of days? Like, what have you been doing?
Just eating. Just eating like crazy. You know, I've been like on this gym grind, and like I'm
Yeah.
not doing any exercising. Like usually I start the day with like 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups before I go to the gym.
Nice.
Nah, hell no. I'm waking up like, what's for breakfast? You know? Yeah, I've just been eating and just,
Samgyeopsal, okay.
oh yeah, I've been eating some crazy breakfast. Like waking up like dakgalbi, like oh my gosh, like I don't even care though. Like,
Damn, that's heavy.
yeah, and I know that I already know that when I go back, like we gotta lock in, you know.
Yeah.
But
But wait, Korean breakfasts are really heavy though.
It's true.
It's really
you know, it's
heavy.
crazy though. Like I used to not wake up early enough for breakfast. Like I was definitely living a very like stereotypical kind of rapper life, like going to sleep at like 6 a.m., waking up at 5 p.m. But now I've reversed it, you know. So I'm waking up like before 9 at least,
Yeah.
and then like I want breakfast, and like I will eat like eggs, bacon, toast. Like I will eat it, but
Yeah.
like
You don't like it?
even like 2 eggs, some just a little bit of white rice, a little bit of it's just like I don't know. Like I always like to
Put a little Korean.
yeah, just like a tiny bit. I'm not gonna even say it's super. It's like gyopo style. You know what I mean? Like a little something. Like I always enjoy it. I love rice with every meal. That is
Yeah.
my carb of choice for sure.
I have a question. I have a question. Do you identify yourself as a Kyopo Korean?
Yeah, for sure. Because like I am Korean American, and then like I've met so many like cool gyopos along the way that I feel like we have like a very like similar. I mean, everyone's different, right? But like we have a very good mutual understanding of how we were brought up, and even just the way we hang out. Like we're able to understand like not like telepathy,
Right.
but like I know how someone is feeling because we're almost so similar, you know. So yeah, I definitely identify with it as it proudly for sure.
Is that how you identify yourself? Do you think you're a Gilpo?
I don't know. I don't think I'm 100% Kyopo.
Uh-huh.
I call myself Swedish Korean American
That's hard.
with a bit of Japanese influence.
Go
you know,
on.
Dang.
so
Cultured.
I
Bibimbap.
I'm just a bibimbap. I'm just
Yeah.
like
Oh
I'm-
wow, I've never heard that before. Like a mix.
I'm a mix. I'm a mix, but it's hard because I think there are things I do relate with Kyopo Koreans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also things I don't relate.
Yeah.
And I think people sometimes assume that I will be a stereotypical Kyopo Korean,
Right.
but
But it's not this or that.
right, it's not this or that.
No,
For
I
me,
feel like you can kind of like transcend. You can kind of bounce back and forth. Cause like me and you can have a conversation, but then I can see you just like chopping it up with some Korean fools too, on some Korean shit. You know,
Yeah.
like even
Right.
for me, like I get. Like I'm so shy and soft spoken around Korean people. I'm just like, you know what I mean? But then like when I'm with like Korean Americans,
Yeah.
we can talk for like 10 hours. So annoying. I just get in story mode. We gotta put on, bro. GG, Gyopo gang. You know, like
No, but yeah, I think there's like something about and Kyopo Korean. I think is normally for American, American,
Yeah, for sure.
Korean Americans. But for me, sure, a part of me is American, but I don't know if I identify 100% as Korean American.
no, that's
only.
cool. We claim you.
Yeah. So
We claim you.
yay, I'm claimed. So
Certified.
certified.
We
Yes.
got you.
So yeah, I think that's. But you know, it's the same for
I
you
feel,
too. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the
Yeah.
same boat. When I heard that kyopos are technically a term for Korean American,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I was like, yeah, what about me, man? What about the Indonesians?
Nah,
I think that's what-
you representing Indonesian, but you damn near Gyopo too. Because I'm not gonna lie, anytime I'm in Korea
Yeah.
and like I have to insa, that's like the scariest moment for me. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, am I bowing low enough? Am I like shaking the hands? This guy like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, hell yeah, madam. We locked in, bro.
So are you also claim you're also
Yeah,
claim
we
you're
claim you, bro.
certified.
When I said hi to your dad, that was the trippiest thing I've ever gone through because I was like, 안녕하세요. I bowed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, hey, very nice to meet you.
yeah.
I was like, what?
No, but same. I 100% thought he was 100% like Korean speaking.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But you know, even he told me that when he first came back to Korea after being in America for so long, it was like a foreign country to him. Like I think he went to which fast food was he at? He was at McDonald's, I think, and he was like, "Can I get a chicken wrap?" And they were like, "Huh?"
No.
Like, and then like his friend next to him was like, "Hey, you gotta say like chicken wrap or something." And then they were like, "Oh," so he was like, "Oh my gosh!"
yeah,
Like it was such a culture shock for him coming back, and even like Korean humor was very different, I guess, for him.
Yeah.
But like he's really adjusted. Like it's cool to see. But yeah, with him, when he's meeting my friends, you never know. Like when he meets other Korean people, of course, like super, you know, like it's on point. But like when my friends and even like I'll be with like some like Korean artists to speak like no English, he'll go like, "Oh, hello," they're like, "Oh, hi," and they're still it's cute, you know. It's cute.
Yeah. I think I have like this switch. Sometimes I feel a little bit more Korean. Sometimes I feel a little bit less Korean.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it was like when I met your dad, I immediately went into like a semi-Korean mode.
Yeah.
And then it's like took me a while to like kind of like
Switch back.
because I identify him as like my dad's friend,
Yeah,
right?
For sure, for sure.
So that was really cool.
No,
I was like,
my
that's...
my dad is like, to be like respectfully too, because like I love all my Korean homies' parents, you know, but he is like not the regular like Korean dad, definitely not, you know.
Does he speak Korean?
Yeah, for sure.
And do you don't speak Korean, but do you understand when he speaks
Yeah,
Korean to you?
like he never speaks Korean to me. Never. He never does. And I think to be honest, like the reason why I'm so Americanized is like when I was growing up in America, he really wanted me to be able to succeed and blend in almost, especially in a non-Korean community. So I took Korean lessons till I was about like 7
I
or
see.
8. So I have like some of the basic fundamentals down, which are no longer like fundamentally sound, but I know them. And then like he just pulled me out of it. He's like, you know what? Like you could use this time like doing other shit.
Right.
So then but it's very interesting to me because it is like kind of a regret I have is like not getting over this like self-consciousness and like just taking the step forward to like learn more. But you know the best part is like it's never too late. So
Yeah,
that's
no.
something like it's like a resolution for me, to be honest. Like I've always like kind of toyed with the idea of it, but this time I'm like, yeah, I really want to like, and I do have some free time.
Could you see yourself living here? not for a long period of time. Let's say, just say, a year in Korea. Would you?
The way my life is now, no.
No.
But I could see myself spending a couple months here at a time.
Yeah.
Spending time with family, connecting with like Korean artists, media,
right.
working.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like home is home. I would definitely get homesick, you know. So yeah.
I only said it because I feel like in some ways for me, I never went to Korean school. I never learned it.
So I went to a Korean school, bro.
Right, but
It was
regardless,
bad. I had the worst time.
one really cool way, at least what worked for me, was really living in the culture and hearing every day, speaking it every
Oh,
day.
of course, like you even hear people like they are damn near learning Korean from watching Korean drama.
Right,
Which
right,
to me I
right.
thought was crazy, but then I started watching Korean drama. I'm like, oh shit, what is this fool saying?
Yeah.
I mean, of course I'm reading the subs, you know, but
Do you have a recent
Yeah.
Korean drama you watched?
what did I watch recently? My Demon.
My Demon?
What's my demon?
Yeah, what is it?
It's like kind of weird. It's like this like love story between some like Korean like powerful like girl and some like demon dude. It's good though.
Oh, is that like proper
Korean
drama,
powerful
not an
girls and
anime?
demon
Nah. And then I've been watching Crash Landing.
Oh, so you're going back to the old.
Yeah, we're
classic.
starting from the basics, man. We're starting from the basics, and then like obviously I watched Squid Game, like stereotypical,
yeah.
but like that was the first one I ever watched.
Yeah.
When-
This always gets me where the English title is always different to the Korean
Oh,
title.
right, 맞아, 맞아.
And it has to be, right? So I'm not
Yeah.
complaining, but it's
Yeah.
it's always like, so what are you exactly talking about? Which show?
yeah. No,
it's
I
mad
get it.
funny how like it's like Ojinga game.
Yeah, 맞아.
And then I'm like, huh? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually know that because I hate eating squid.
So you're like.
So every time
no.
I'd be like, hey, what is that? What is that? Oh, Ojinga. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I used to hate seafood. I used to tell people like I only eat animals with wings and legs. So like land animals and like chickens and shit.
Isn't it easier just to say I don't eat seafood?
Nah, because well, I mean, yeah, you're right. Technically, you're right, but I really disliked it, so I had
Wings
to
and legs.
explain. But now, like, I love sushi. I love sashimi. But only fish.
But
Okay.
aren't there any fish with legs? No, but octopus has legs.
Nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, that's
Octopus-
why he doesn't do. Yeah.
Land animals with legs.
Oh, land
that's
Cow,
crazy, though. What would you
pig.
like for breakfast?
Land animals.
Yeah, land animals. Yeah, for sure.
Wings and legs.
Oh,
That's what I
wings.
want.
Yeah, and like Korean fried chicken grew on me too. I used to shit on Korean fried
It's a
chicken.
little too sweet,
Really?
no?
Korean taste is a little bit sweet, right? Like even if you eat fast food here,
Yeah.
like the bulgogi burger, I mean it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
McDonald's, but
It's sweet though. It's sweet.
yeah, but like yeah, I think yeah, Korean fried chicken like soy garlic that grew on me.
Yeah.
Like that's hella good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question. Like, do you feel that it helps, coming over a bit of that like Korean identity crisis, so to speak, by seeing, shows like Squid Game or seeing, K-pop artists making it big on like an international stage? Like, do you think it helps you kind of like?
It's interesting because like to be honest, like I tried to tell myself I didn't like K-pop when I was young. But to be honest, like I was like 13, 14 watching Big Bang in their prime on like TV in Korea. And I was like, oh shit, like this hard. like they're good. I mean like to me they're the goats of K-pop. Hands down. But and then there's some others too, like OGs, like HOT and stuff like that. But K-pop to me is like the best like composed and like produced music in the world. I think it's like so well put together.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers like they train for a year to get it right, and they do. The performance is incredible. I went to my first K-pop show, NCT in America, and I was like, wow, this is one hell of a show.
Wow.
Did you
And-
work with a lot of K-pop stars?
I've on the low, I've started writing.
Oh.
So, because that's something I actually want to pivot into
Yeah.
is the songwriting, and I want to start managing and A&Ring and developing artists.
Wow.
That's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm at the point too where I'm not saying like I'm giving up on my artist career because I still have like a lot of crazy stuff I need to release.
Yeah.
But I think the climb, since my life is in such a more like stable place right now,
Yeah.
the climb and like running around and linking up with people, like I'm kind of losing the passion for that. But the passion for music is like always there.
Right.
So I'm down to like be more in the back. Like that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool. You know? But I guess the point, I got a little sidetracked. The ADHD, I'm sorry, but I think K-pop blowing up and Korean dramas blowing up is a beautiful thing. Like it makes me super proud, but I don't think that it really represents Korean Americans or Gyopos either. You know what I mean? So like, there's a big difference between like Korean pop thriving, hitting the charts, mass scale, and like an independent Korean American hip hop artist trying to make waves
right.
in
Yeah.
America or Korea, because
For sure.
it's not quite, just like growing up in middle school, high school, elementary school, it's not quite at the Korean taste, and it's a little, it's hard to fully invest in for non-Asian people too.
Right.
You know, so I feel like in music we're in a similar place, but I mean, like to see our people win is like amazing, and the music is at such a high level. It's actually undeniable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I be, it's like some K-pop, I'm not gonna lie, is a little hard for me to understand. Like the production be a little too crazy for me, where I'm like, oh, it's a lot going on. But then like sometimes like when it's a little more stripped down and like these fools are really singing and like the choreography, I'm like mesmerized. I'm like, this is incredible. Yeah, and seeing it live, I understood. Like
I
so much
see.
effort. Like I started looking at my show, like damn, so lazy. Man. You know, but not like seriously, like big shout out to like everyone in the K-pop world and like Korean film making waves and stuff. But I just feel like when it comes to Gyopo music, especially, it's a totally different ballgame.
Interesting. I mean, I think K-pop, Korean music, Korean culture, in many ways, like I told you, like I think I always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with my Korean side.
Right.
I think like listening to K-pop secretly and pretending, it's kind of like a similar thing. I was like, I don't really care for K-pop,
Nah,
And
but
then-
that shit.
And then after a while, like I think with K-pop becoming bigger, it's a
Yeah.
little bit more like, okay, yeah, like I don't have to be like ashamed of it.
Yeah, nah.
anymore.
Some K-pop be slapping for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Even like seeing like Taeyang and GD make their comebacks, I'm like, this shit is so good. And like GD, Anderson Paak, like that's so cool. Even like the Blackpink
Right.
solo stuff, like
Yeah.
they're killing it,
They're
man.
killing it.
Like
Yeah.
Jenny and
for
Doechii, like that's crazy. You know, I think they're doing it so well. And they're actually collaborating with artists in the culture that are stupid talented, and I really like that.
Nice.
Like it's honestly
awesome.
like it's awesome to see the crossover.
Because you do a lot of collaborations with, like with different artists.
Yeah,
and in
of
Korea
course.
too.
Yeah,
do a
for
lot of-
sure.
like, how's that? Is there like, do you notice any culture differences? in
Yeah,
the US?
I mean,
Yeah.
just in how we get the song done. I'm talking to like their managers. It's like hella serious. I'm like, damn. I used to be in the email like pretending to be my manager,
Yeah.
but now I'm just like straight up like, hey, best Ted. But
Well, did you have like a fake manager name?
nah, just MGMT. I mean, if you're smart, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty good with like the lingo stuff and like how to speak that language on the business side. But I just think at this point, like, I just kind of just like the fucks given just drops. And I'm like, either you want to work with me or not, But yeah, like I see though how like proactive they are and like how good these teams are at managing and like keeping the artists organized. Like I'm bad at that, dude. Like I'm not good at that. But it's cool. It's fun for me to communicate with them and I kind of get to learn the language. And at the end of the day though, like I used to get really intimidated by the business. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we make a great song. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a good look for me. All right, here's my manager's info. I'm like, fuck, But then I realized you just talk to them. All they want to do is make sure that their artist is protected, and like that's totally like, shit. That's what it's all about.
Right,
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, but it's very interesting though, like seeing how these artists move with like teams and stuff. And to be honest, like that's probably something that's held me back to an extent. But as like logical as I might sound being interviewed, working with me is a little different. Like I'm very hard headed. I like to do shit my way. So
Yeah.
Are you a part of an agency or
nah.
you're
Yeah, I'm trying to build my own agency with my homies. That's really the dream.
Nice.
That's the
really
dream.
awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, like I would love to like start a K-pop group with me not in it,
Ooh.
but like
So you
write
produce
it.
your own music.
I mean, like I work with producers,
Yeah, you
of
do.
course, you
Okay,
know what I
okay,
mean.
okay,
But like
right,
at the end of the day, like I write all my shit. I don't even write it. I freestyle everything, to be honest. So like I cook all my own stuff up. I'm the creative behind it. I started editing, shooting my own videos recently. I just like to have fun with it, dabble in it. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, like I like to call on my own shots. And
Yeah.
I think in my long-term dream of like cultivating an artist, it's gonna help because
For sure.
at the end of the day, if me and my artist get into it, I'll be like, hey, like I tried it and I fucked up, so I don't want to send you down this path. Because I fumbled a lot of bags too. Like, let's be real, you know. So
Dang, that's awesome. That sounds.
That's
yeah.
wisdom. That's
yeah,
like,
man.
that's
Like
experience.
I've had some crazy opportunities, large scale deals that I just couldn't close because I didn't know how to close it. And I look back and I'm like, fuck. But then this time around, for someone else that is young and hungry and under my wing,
Yeah.
I'll be able to get it done and put the right pieces around them too. I think mentality is a big thing. Like I have the hustler mentality for sure, but I also have the very like, nah, I want to do this my way. So like maybe for me, that is an artist should not be their own manager. I think once it gets to a certain scale,
Yeah.
but I think I'll be able to help someone else because I'll be looking at it from a this is
Different
going to help
lens.
you as a brand rather than me. Like I care about my art so much,
Right.
maybe a little too much to
Right,
the point
right,
where I don't
right.
put shit out.
Right.
Like I stopped being excited about it after 3 days. I forget about the song. So even this is the first time this year where I'm gonna just start letting shit fly. Like who cares, you know? If it's good, it's good. You never know. And I realized too, like you can't predict your hit. Just like you guys, you don't know. Like you might have a guest that gets a lot of views, but you don't know what the viral moment's gonna be. You can't control that. Like you can try to by editing it and like producing it, but at the end of the day, it's what people connect with.
Right.
Same with music, you know? We can't control the hit.
Right.
In my head, this could be the greatest song in the world. This could get 5,000 views, bro. Or this song could be dirt, 10 million streams, you know? Like, you never know.
That's so true. Wow. What you're kind of like hinting towards is such a hard like concept to grasp.
No, it's an impossible concept,
Yeah.
walking that line between consistency and quality.
Right.
Because you know, like the mindset, what all these like brand coaches tell you is content. But there
Right.
is such thing as watering it down. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, I genuinely, I don't know if posting 4 times a day really helps if you're posting some bullshit. But of course, being active so people don't forget.
Right.
But like having the quality, it's so hard, man.
It is hard.
It's hella hard.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's why I commend anyone who tries.
Yes.
Because it's different if you try it and it doesn't work for you, and if you just shit on it.
Right.
You gotta at least try. Like I used to shit on it. I was like, why the hell would I do that? Then I finally started posting some reels, some songs go viral. I'm like, oh, okay, I see. You know, like you gotta just try it, man. And people be scared because of pride.
Yeah.
Of course, like, oh no, that's lame. Or even like as a Korean American wanting to hate on K-pop, like, oh, they got this. But at the end of the day, it's like we would love to have that kind of success. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like that's what I think. Like a lot of it is fear. Like for me, like it's crazy to like whether you like the music or not, you have to respect like the time and the effort and the money and the investment and just like the sweat and tears that goes into it.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah. I
film
mean,
too, right? Like you could like be like, oh, Korean films winning hella awards right now, and you could say whatever, but like compared to a blockbuster film, like maybe this other film like might have some crazy effects where like you might think it's more thrilling, whatever, but then this Korean indie film, it just the story might just be perfect.
Right.
You know, it's just what you like. I feel like it's all taste.
Yeah.
But regardless of your taste, you got to respect the art. You can't be a hater.
Right.
Like I used to be a hater because I was so bitter at one point. But now I'm like, shit, man. Like even though this is or isn't for me, like damn, it's good.
Right.
You know.
It's interesting because it seems like you went like there was a like a dark and perhaps like a very like confused time in your life. And
Oh,
now
for
you're at like
sure.
a different state.
Yeah,
was there
I'm
like
chilling.
a turning point, like a tipping moment for you?
The
Like,
Jeep.
Right. Was there like
nah.
besides the Jeep, something like the Jeep, but like
I think a couple years ago.
Yeah.
really
I think like maybe in the past year and a half. I think really doing my first little tour in America, 12
Yeah.
cities, like independently, not really promotion, and you know, like seeing all the people that pull up for me that really love and support me. I was like, damn, like that's love. It was really inspiring getting to know my fans and shit. And then, you know, like fans are not fans, man. Like these are people that like go to school, they got jobs, like
Right.
they got lives.
Right.
They turn up, they have their own drama, they have family stuff, like, and they still take the time. And I was like, shit, like, that's so cool that my music and who I am as an artist in person made all these people want to come out. And I was like, you know what, like, I gotta appreciate that. And I think it started with that, and then just started opening my eyes to other things in my life I want to improve on. And I've been definitely climbing out of that dark hole. And of course, there's dark moments still,
Yeah.
but I think it's more of reflection now and trying to improve on it rather than just like getting high as shit. we're like blacking out the club, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's all part of growing up though, and like I'm not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
Damn, maybe like 30s hit hard. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm in my Ajashi life, man. I have like 5-6 gray hairs now. It's crazy.
So funny.
It's insane, man.
I had gray hair since I was like 11.
Yeah, you.
Damn.
He has a lot of gray hair.
Bro's wise.
Hey, I'm a
I don't know if that's how it works, but
No. He's wise.
appreciate you, bro.
All you gotta do is like grow the little beard out and go. That's all you gotta do, man. That's all you gotta do.
okay, now you gotta like, you know.
Yeah.
Like I got these little glasses recently, non-prescription. I just throw them on and I just start feeling really smart. I start like stroking my chin,
Right?
like brainstorming,
IQ point.
conniving, crazy.
Oh, I like how people they don't know that we know.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'll go after you. No, but Ted, honestly, it's so nice. I think last time we met, it was back in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It was back like a couple years ago. How long was that? I think that was more than. That was like 8.
Yeah, that was almost 10 years ago.
almost 10 years ago. And I think definitely you were definitely in a different place. I mean, I was in a different
Yeah, I
place.
was like a kid.
Yeah, we were both kids.
Yeah, like just
right?
trying to grind and figure stuff out, and it was so crazy because like I never thought
Oh.
that song y'all shot would have been my first like viral song. That was like
Really?
yeah, that was like the
That was
craziest
fun.
thing. It was fun though.
That
It
was
was a lot
really
of fun.
fun.
And then to see you now, like almost 10 years later, actually like producing content at a high
Yeah.
scale, like that's so cool to see.
Oh my god, no, but likewise.
That's
I
called
feel-
sticking with it though. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people give up. I realize
Yeah,
that like
for
want to
sure.
pursue media or want to pursue music. It's so easy to quit.
No, but I think it's definitely like a full circle moment for sure. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I've always like heard about you or like received updates about you from my dad. For example.
yeah.
And I was, I actually really do think I received photos of you like through posts, through mail when I was in Sweden. I remember
That's
going
insane.
like, who is this guy? And then my dad would say like, oh, he's like my dad, my friend's son. And then did you know? And then he would always say as a fun fact, like, did you know that your birthday is one day apart, but like 1 day and a year apart.
What a goat.
Right. So like I remember like, and then our names were so similar. Like
Yeah,
Ted
it's
and Tammy.
crazy. It's like you damn near my evil twin.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm the evil one. Now you good. You good. I'm not gonna throw that on you. Nah, it's crazy for sure.
Yeah,
and then, like,
no.
it just shows how small this world really is.
Right. And then to kind of see that full circle, coming back, and now you're here and we're
Yeah,
talking, and I
we
think
here.
we here.
It's crazy.
Cheers to that.
Dang, you smacked that beer though. I'm like babying
Hey,
it.
you gotta catch up. Hugh's gotta catch up. Like
I didn't like beer for a long time.
Really.
But then as I've really started to like digress off the hard alcohol, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a much better alternative. I actually really love wine.
Really?
That's my shit.
Oh wow.
How's your alcohol
Tolerance.
take?
It
Tolerance.
used to be insane.
Yeah.
Like now though, it's
Yeah.
bad. Like to be honest, like I did my show at Hens, this legendary like hip
I
hop
was
club.
there.
Shout out Hens, shout out to Tammy for pulling up.
Hello.
I only took like, to be honest, about 2 shots total, and I was wasted. Because I've only drinking maybe like 4 or 5 times in the past 12 months.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
I used to drink.
That was a good night.
I used to drink
Yeah.
4 or 5 times in half a day.
Oh god.
Tell me more about Hens. How was that?
It was cool because I pretty much posted the story. I was in Korea, and then one of my boys, he like works over there. He's a big producer out in Korea, and then he's like, "Let's do the show." So we announced it last minute. I didn't know if anyone was gonna come. It's very hard to promote last minute when there was so much stuff going on that weekend. But it was cool. A lot of people pulled up. It was a good time, and it was good energy.
Really nice. Yeah.
Sick, man.
That it was a live performance. It was
Yeah.
really nice, and there was a lot of people. So and everybody was like, "Wah!" Like,
Yeah.
he came out into like he was by a DJ booth, and he came out, and then
It was
everyone
funny
like,
though
flashlighting.
because
It was
like
really fun.
it's funny because it was like a mix. There were some very very Korean people there, and then there were definitely some like Americans there,
Yeah,
which was
yeah,
cool to
yeah.
see, and like foreign people.
Yeah.
So like it was. I mean that's how like a lot of my shows are. It's very mixed. So
But it was like a nice lineup as well. I think there was like a DJ set, and then you came and performed, and there was more DJ, and then you did. Afterwards.
Yeah.
I didn't stay for the second part. How was
Oh
the second
yeah, it
part?
was way too long, but it's all good because that's like one of the hardest adjustments for me because I don't really go out anymore, unless like it's my event. Like I'm gonna go crazy for the fans, you know. But Yeah, Korean
Yeah.
nightlife schedule, like 2:30 prime time, 1:30 prime time is like I'm home, but I've been home by then, you know. So it was crazy, but like, I brought out a few like dope Korean artists who I really respected
Yeah.
out here, and that was
Yeah.
cool.
That's nice.
It's always nice
Yeah.
when they pull up. It's always fun to see them.
That's like a culture shock for me too. Like to hear that in America, everything closes at like 3, 4.
Not in New York though.
No.
Like 6. But I mean, yeah, like 2 p.m. is closing time
Yeah.
for sure. And now, like, I won't even make it to prime time. Like, if I pull up, it's gonna be like, the door's open. What's up, man? I'm here. 12 o'clock, I'm out. You know,
Right. It's crazy. Some of these places in Korea open till like 8.
Yeah.
noon. You eat lunch, you go back in. I mean, I've never been on that, but I've seen it. I've seen it, especially in like the Gangnam area. Wild.
No, but yeah, like Korea goes pretty hard.
Nah, I think they have the craziest nightlife in the world.
Yeah.
Dude, it's kind of
For sure.
insane.
Never ending.
It's never ending.
Full
You're right.
sleep on the ground, wake up.
We're
Take the
back
train and go
again.
home.
Yeah, yeah, that's
We'll go back at it. I'm like, you gotta go home, shower, man. Drip check, you know, like
Check.
crazy.
Go to sleep in the jjimjirbang, you know,
Oh
freshen
my,
up. And
sauna is nice though.
sauna is really nice.
Sauna is really nice.
You know, like, is there anything else you want to do while you're in Korea? Like, anything left on your list of stuff?
Well, I haven't made any music, so I'm looking forward to cooking up.
Oh,
I'm really excited about that.
that's nice. Yeah, I mean, you only have a couple of days left now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cook up tonight. I'm gonna do like 2 different studios,
Mm.
just get it in, and then tomorrow chill, and then Wednesday go home. Oh, man, can't believe I gotta do a show next weekend. I mean this weekend. Oh,
wait,
times.
tell us more about that tour. He's doing a tour.
Oh yeah, well actually no one knows yet, but
really?
well that's cool. So
Okay,
pretty
but
much
this will go up after.
probably.
Yeah, after.
no, that's cool. You throw it up whenever, but yeah. So pretty much I'm flying home on Wednesday. I have 2 days to reset, and then I'm doing a festival in North Carolina on Saturday, and then I'm doing my hometown like homecoming show at Majestic Theater June 27th.
Wow,
Yeah.
Majestic Theater.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. It's very surreal.
Wisconsin.
Very surreal. And then, but right now we're planning like a 6-city kind of summer tour for me in the U.S. So I'm really excited about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to do it for the fans, and I'm about to drop a bunch of new music. So like, let's get on the road and promote it. You know.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to do like a track in with a bit of Korean inside? You know, like
Yeah, for
bit of
sure.
English
We're
and
the
Korean?
we're the ghostwriters at man. English, I will never ever let anyone touch my lyrics.
Yeah.
But Korean,
Throw in some 닭갈비 in there.
oh man,
짜장면, some tteokbokki.
I'm just gonna go eat at that point. But no, that's something I definitely want to do. I would love to put out a song in Korean.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like I've definitely met some people that have wanted to like take my English and help me flip it and enunciate it. It's gonna be a process, but I'm down to try. That'd be fun.
That would be kind of fun, actually. I'm a big fan of Konglish. I like mixing English.
Yeah. My friends are doing like Konglish rap right now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
my
it's
boys
fun.
passing AK. They're going crazy with it right now.
I mean, even with K-pop, you see, I mean, Konglish has existed in K-pop a lot.
For sure.
But you notice new languages popping into K-pop as well, and I think that's really fun. Like, just really goes to show, you know, how
The line between Konglish and just like English ad libs
yeah.
is so fine.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah, so, like-
K-pop has been a lot of
Right.
English ad-libs.
Right.
Like bad English too, you know what I mean?
Da-da-da-da. Yes. Dance.
Hey, that's hard.
Swag.
Let's
Oh,
go.
swag.
No, but that's so true. I'm gonna drop by the bathroom, and I guess we can also decide if we want to.
Yeah.
Or if we want to.
Yeah, no.
When you
sounds
come
good.
back, we can do the gift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Sorry, 1 second. Excuse me.
So you're leaving on Wednesday.
Yeah, man. Wednesday.
How long's the flight?
14 hours?
Do you have a
Crazy.
layover or?
Nah, thankfully.
Damn.
Feels like it though.
Wow. Fair enough. And how long has it been since you last saw Tammy?
8 years.
Oh,
Something like that. Yeah, something crazy in Madison. Yeah.
wow. What's Madison like?
Peaceful. It's
Yeah.
cool. I guess home.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I used to resent my hometown.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because of like my little high school trauma, like trying to be like an Asian, trying to rap, and then on top of that, the music not being good.
Uh-huh.
But now I've really come to like, hey, that was like part of my come up,
Yeah.
you know. So like, and then I'm still close with a lot of people back home that are family to me.
Nice.
and even like working on them in creative projects. So like I'm
uh-huh.
super blessed. Like I love my city and I love representing the 608. You know. Yeah, it's cool.
That's nice. Damn. I wonder because I've never been to the States.
Yeah.
And I always wondered what each, because it's so big, and each state, each city, you know, has something to offer, and it would always be, you know, I've never heard of the town Madison, and I'd
Yeah, for
love
sure.
to know, like, you know, just like give me a brief kind of what are the beauties of Madison?
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nature. Small
nature.
city. Super lively downtown though. Very small downtown, but very lively. People are cool. Like I feel like Midwest is nice. Generally pretty nice. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you like do you watch any sports?
Yeah, I'm a big Packers and Bucks fan. R.I.P. I think Giannis is gonna leave, but we get a good run. We get a good run with one of the greatest. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a big Dame fan too. Sad about Chris Middleton, but
Yeah.
Bobby Portis, he's the GOAT, 6-man GOAT, you know?
You watching the playoff right now?
Hell no.
No.
My team's out of it. I have no equity. Well, no. The truth is, it's just because I'm traveling so much.
Right,
but what I love is that I feel like it's wide open.
Yeah.
There's no favorite. That's cool to see.
You're right.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm actually rooting for Nuggets
Really?
because I'm a big Russ fan, man. I think he deserves it.
Dude, I think you're the second person who've told me now that they're rooting for the Nuggets
Dude,
just because of Russ.
Dude, if Russ wins a chip, it's like I'll be so happy for him.
Yeah,
bro. I'd be
that's
super
true.
happy
You
for
could
him.
retire like right then, right? You know?
Like I feel like Wolves. Like I think Ant, he's gonna get one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Timberwolves invited me to AAPI night, so that was cool. I saw him play in person.
Nice.
But like Ant's gonna get one. I feel like Cavs are so young. Thunder's so young. Like I feel like Knicks, like they good. You know.
Yeah.
I just feel like Russ. Like I'm just like a big fan of Russ. Like
Yeah.
I want him to like get his flowers. I feel like he's just hated on for no reason.
That's true.
So much passion. Like how could you hate someone that plays with so much passion?
Yeah.
I mean, he be doing some crazy shit sometimes, but he's good. He's one of the greatest, bro. Hall
That's
of
a
Fame.
crazy story because their head coach got fired just before. The
Yeah, now they're
playoffs, right?
balling out though. But you know what's crazy about Michael Malone?
Yeah.
He's like a great coach.
Yeah.
He's a
Heard.
great coach. But sometimes you need to shake it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
see,
Yeah, I
we'll
love
see.
sports though for sure.
Tammy's
That's-
back.
I am back. Hello.
Back from Sweden.
Back from Sweden. Flying back.
Watch
Crazy.
out. Watch out. Nice. Nice. All right. We
Hey.
can go to our tradition, our work hours tradition,
No.
where we force the guests to bring a gift.
Yeah, I felt bad because I was
Yeah.
definitely like kind of leaving it on scene. Like, I'll be there. Then I saw it highlighted important. I was like, I got you.
But yeah, our previous guest was none other than Zay.
Dope.
He's a lovely friend of ours. We've done several podcasts with him. Fun fact about him is he's been running for like over 400 days straight.
Like running.
Like running.
Damn,
And,
strong. Calves. Korean calves.
His gift for you is none other than
Oh man.
a nice frisbee.
Damn. I don't even know how to throw this shit.
Well, what did he say? Like it can be used as a plate for.
Right. So
There's a story behind this.
There's a story how
Yeah.
like the frisbee for him was like a turning point and how he got into running. So he hopes that the frisbee can be a big part in your life.
Oh, I remember. It was a donut. So we had like an entire thing about donuts that episode, and he was like, "Yeah, you can put a donut there."
And fly? Really?
Oh,
Wasn't
interesting.
that a part of some
know.
part of the
Was
conversation? Anyways, it's a
Wow.
very versatile frisbee
Yeah.
that you can, take home and just remember
Hell,
today.
it could, the opposite way. That could be a plate for your marinated kalbi.
Oh man, cooking
Yeah.
plate?
Yeah.
Oh, cutting board.
No, that too, but turn it around. That's plate.
No, but here's what I think. I think this frisbee can be like a representation of like a starting of something new, because that's what it was for Zay.
Yo, that's crazy when the design is like 420.
Yeah, I was like, hey, where is this from? Like, wait, which smoke shop? Which
Start
bodega
of
is this
something
from?
new, you guys. Starting something new.
This crazy. Hey, that's what's up. Shout out Zay though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, so this is for you.
That's
and
love.
then now Ted's gift
Oh, their
Yes.
gift for whoever's next.
for the
To
next
whoever's
guest.
next.
Look, like I know I've cut the alcohol and shit, but like, I want them to have a great time. I want them to have a great time.
Wow.
No, this is great. This is-
Maybe they'll spill some saucy secrets on the next episode,
Oh, wow.
and just go crazy with it.
You know, maybe the next episode we'll have this on the table already.
Y'all should just keep drinking it throughout the episode.
What?
Right.
Let me know how it goes.
His message for
Yeah.
this,
To
he
get
basically
fucked.
wants, he wants us to.
Oh no, not just them, y'all too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, my dog's drinking a lemonade. You gonna be fucked up.
Oh, but thank
Yeah,
you so
no.
much.
Whiskey
thank
lemonade,
you.
of course, man. And it comes with some little tools. You could be like on barista mode, man.
Oh, it really does.
We should get a bartender.
Yes, that's hard.
Oh, okay, that might be a good one.
Right?
For
I
next,
see the vision.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Well, I think that kind of, wraps it up. Unless
Yep.
you want to, you have any last words to say.
Oh yeah, just super happy to be here, and it's cool, full circle for sure that we're like talking to each other on camera. So thanks for
Yeah.
having me last minute. Super happy.
No, thank you. No, I think this was very like a good timing in many ways. I'm
Yeah.
so
For sure,
glad.
for sure.
Yeah, let's do a last cheers.
Cheer! Dang, y'all killed
Bottoms
it.
up.
Yo, this
Wait.
lemonade was so hard to drink. Oh my god.
Oh, the lemonade. It was hard to drink. Why?
I'm getting drunk from lemonade, man.
Oh, that's alcoholic lemonade.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, it's like a Shirley Temple. Hell yeah, that's my favorite drink, bro.
Yeah, no, but the lemonade is pretty fire here.
It's
I
pretty
think. Yeah,
nice.
it's pretty nice.
It's,
It's a really good alternative.
Galvanina.
Galvina.
Nice.
You know he gets really red. Do you get
Oh,
red?
really?
You don't get
Ah,
red. You don't get red.
Yeah, I have a really bad alcohol tolerance. So
Dang,
I don't
really?
drink too much alcohol.
Really, what happens when you do? Demon mode.
You just get red, and then maybe I need a little break, and then drink more.
You kind of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's
Take
what's
a
up.
blush.
But
Next episode.
we don't. Yeah. So exactly.
How
You'll see
red
it.
can you get?
We'll do like a color test, like a personal color. Like
Anyway, thank you
radiation.
so much for coming.
yes.
I guess we can end it here.
Yeah. We'll
Thank
stop
you.
here.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.
Peace.